Yeah, so Jason France here. So this is the chapter 5 for the individual study, for my individual study, right? So chapter 5 is basically the conclusion, right? And as you could see, the objectives there are the recommendations we have to look at, the benefits of the study, the proposed use of experience and possible areas for development. So the first recommendations we'll be looking at is the teaching methods should cater for individual differences. Teachers should select different teaching methods approaches to teaching which caters for individual differences at the same time considering age range and cognitive level of the students. Lessons that are planned with these actors take into consideration are more successful as learning will take place. Hence, the goal is achieved. Each student is different and as such they all learn differently. It is the teacher's responsibility to observe his or her students and make decisions to cater for them. Also, in planning for lessons, teachers need to identify the level of cognitive processing they want to engage and select the technique that best encourages that level of thinking. For instance, while discussion methods may work with one group, it may not work with the other. This is where the teacher chooses more than one method of delivery so that each student can equal so that each student has equal opportunity to learn. Additionally, when students can learn, there is less space for maladaptive behaviors in the classroom, since the students can focus in a meaningful way. Second recommendations, before teaching the class, teachers should make a quick recap of lesson. Keeping in mind the questions that will be asked by a teacher, the questions and instructions incorporated should be clear and concise. Students should not ask a teacher what is meant by an instruction or question. Students should be able to start processing the question as soon as it is laid out to them. Number three, teaching materials should be readily available and pocket friendly. Teachers should make use of reuse and recycle in order to produce resources for the lesson. These materials should not have to always be purchased, but made from household materials. Benefits of the study, and these benefits are basically about the researcher. The researcher is more knowledgeable of different methods of teaching that can be used in the classroom, as well as how to use them effectively. Throughout the project, the researcher realized that when the students are given concrete materials, instead of involving them in oral discussion and exercises, they perform better and can complete given work with less supervision for the teacher. Therefore, the researcher has gained knowledge of the different instructional materials. Number two, the researcher also gained a fair amount of knowledge based on classroom management and control when teaching a class. Number three, the students help the study helped the children to improve their weaknesses on the topic. The researcher is more familiar with the different question techniques that can be used. And last, the researcher is cognizant of the learner's differences and how important its awareness is to a classroom. Benefits of the study again, and this is for the students. The students are able to think critically. They are familiar with developing their reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. Students develop an appreciation for different opinions. The students are more knowledgeable of the topic that was taught during the study. With the use of different teaching methods and material, the students could grasp and understand the concept. The students now understand the importance of cooperation within groups and in the class. They realize that they can perform to the best of their abilities when they cooperate and share ideas with each other. Each person's contribution to the group is beneficial and important. Students are now equipped with the ability to express themselves. And last but not least, 5.3 proposed use of experience and possible areas for development. So one, the students gain a new appreciation and excitement for the study of English language. Students learn to be more interactive. Each lesson required to them interact with the teacher as well as each other. This build their communication skills and as a result their interpersonal communication skills as well as their interpersonal communication skills were developed. Students learn to think creatively. Students were able to play an active role in their own learning. And this here is the possible areas for improvement. So first, make the lesson more technologically inclined with the use of videos and virtual games. Spend more time with slow learners. Prepare additional work for fast learners so that average and below average can be on the same track. Provide more information for students to be independent learners. And last, seek help from resource persons.